Great day. Today we are working on using money to show multiplicative comparison. So we're building and building as we're heading more and more towards place value. So for tonight's homework, we did 1 and 2 together in class, and I'm gonna do 2 again and then another one, and then we want to jump into some word problems dealing with multiplicative comparison. So here we have pennies, dimes, and dollars, and we identified those today. And we made the correlation between a penny, which is worth 1 cent, a dime, which is worth 10 cents, and a dollar, which is 100. Okay? So we're using place value and money to show hand in hand on how multiplicative comparison and place value involves one another and are similar. So here we have 10 dimes. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 dimes. And we've been talking today about bundling the coins. So we can bundle 10 coins. And in this instance, we're going to bundle 10 dimes because we know 10 dimes will create $1. Okay, so 10 dimes is congruent or equivalent, which means the same as $1. Okay, and so as we have 10, we know 1 dime, a dollar is 10 times as much as 1 dime. So that's where the 10 times is going. As we go from place value to place value, it multiplies 10 times. So from the 1s to the 10s place, you're multiplying by 10 to get there because 1 times 10 is 10. 10 times 10 is 100. So each time you move up or you increase moving over, you're increasing by times 10. Okay? And so that's how we have times 10 here because $1 is 10 times as much as 1 dime. So $1 is 10 times as much as 1 dime. $1 equals 10 times 1 dime. That gives us $1 or 100. And then we know $1 equals 10 times 10 cents equals $1. Okay? So that's how we're showing how place value and money go hand in hand. Okay? This is our class eraser graphic. Okay, now we're going to one more problem here. And we're going to go to number 4. And it has dimes here. So it wants us to fill in the chart. It goes to showing us the symbolization. Now can you create it all yourself here. So here I'm going to do my 10 dimes because it's showing the progression from the tens place to the hundreds place or the dimes to the dollar. So I'm going to do 10. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that represents my 10 dimes. I'm going to bundle it. There's my arrow moving it over. I know it's times 10. Now we know that creates my $1. We're going to do our rectangle. Represents our $1 bill or our hundreds. So $1 is worth 10 times as much as 1 dime. So $1 is equal to 10 dimes. And $1, let me just put a 1 here because that's the dollar sign. $1 equals 10 times 10 cents. Okay? So I'm going to use this clean space at the bottom to continue to, we're going to continue to work with word problems and doing the multiplicative comparison. So one, I'm going to use Adrian ran 6 miles. He ran twice as far as Demarion. How far did Demarion run? Okay, so the first thing we have to do, they have to show their work by labeling. They have to label. Okay, so what are we talking about here? We're talking about two people comparing two things, and that's Adrian and Demarion. So I'm going to put my A. Now I'm in the draw. And Demarion. Those are the two things that I'm getting ready to compare here. Now I'm going to go reread that first sentence. Adrian ran 6 miles. So where's my 6 going to go? By the A and Adrian, because Adrian did 6 miles. Okay, and I can even put the small mi. Okay, next sentence. He ran twice as far as Demarion. Now this is where we were getting tripped up in class, because we're saying, well, who is the he? Who did the paragraph start talking about? What person came about first? Adrian. So rather than saying Adrian ran twice as far, his name has already been mentioned, so they said he. Okay, we just finished talking about Adrian, and we're still talking about Adrian. It says he ran twice as far as Demarion. So who ran further? Was it Adrian, which is the he, or is it Demarion? It is Adrian. So Adrian gets the check. And that's very important, and you're going to see why. So they're going to check which one went further, and Adrian actually went twice as far. So look what we're going to do over here, times 2. Because we know twice means 2. Next sentence, how far did Demarion run? We don't know yet, so we're going to put a variable, which is a lowercase a. Okay, this is how they draw out what the information have given them. Okay, they're not just writing numbers and jumping and solving. We're actually writing it out and putting what's unknown. What are we trying to find? Okay, now we know Adrian's number is bigger, so Demarion cannot have run more than 6 miles, because it already said that Adrian ran twice as far. Okay, so the question is, are they going to multiply to get our answer, or are we going to divide? Okay, so if I multiply 6 times 2, that'll give Demarion 12 miles that he ran. But I already remember, because I put this check here, which is so important, that lets me know Adrian's number has to be larger. So I'm not going to multiply. That means in this case, I am dividing. Okay? So now, let's think. And I told the kids to think of it this way. You're just going to do multiplication back. So if you know your multiplication, you will know your division. So what number times 2 gives us 6? Okay? If we can't come up with it that way, we're going to do our multiples of 2 until we get to 6. Okay? 3rd grade, they use skip count. 4th grade on up, we're introducing them to the word multiples. That's what they're here. So we'll do 2, 4, 6. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3. So that lets us know that Demarion ran 3 miles. So that's one strategy, and that's the multiples. Okay. Another strategy would be, well, let me add 2 until I get to 6. Well, I know 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay. plus another 2, I get 6. How many times did I add 2? 1, 2, 3. That's another way of getting it. Okay? And so Demarion ran 3 miles. So we read it, we drew it out. Now we get ready to write, because this is the read, draw, write process to what we do with every word problem. So my sentence would be, or I'm rephrasing the question that they gave me, how far did Demarion run? I will put Demarion ran 3 miles. And that, again, introduces the read, draw, write strategy that we have been working on thus far. Okay? So I'm going to do one more. And parents and students, I encourage you, as I write it, you feel free to pause it, solve it, and then play it to see if you got what the answer that I have. Okay? So I'm going to challenge you on this problem to do that. So let's do Lumen read 12 pages. Okay? Let's put Fatima read 3 times as many pages as Lumen. How many pages did Fatima read? Okay, so here we have it. I, read it as I was writing it. Now we're going to draw it. So who are we talking about? We were comparing 2 things, and the 2 things that we are comparing is Lumen and Fatima. So I'm going to put the L first because that's the first name that appears. That's the first comparison. And so I'm going to put it in that order. And then next thing I do is what, boys and girls? Read the first sentence. Lumen read 12 pages. So by the L in Lumen, I'm going to put 12. Okay? Second sentence. Fatima read 3 times as many pages as Lumen. So here I'm going to decide who read more. It says Fatima read 3 times as many pages as Lumen. So Fatima gets the check mark. The 3 times as many is represented off to the side in the middle. In the middle. Okay? Then it says, how many pages did Fatima read? Well, we don't know. That's the unknown that we're going to try and find out. And we're going to put the variable A until we can solve it. Okay? So we know Fatima answer, because it is checked, it must be larger than Lumen's 12. Okay? So then you ask yourself the question, am I going to multiply or am I going to divide? Keep in mind, Fatima number, her answer, her number of pages has to be more than Lumen based on what the sentence says, because we have Fatima checked to have more points or more pages read. Okay? So if we multiply, we're going to have 36. Or if we divide, we're going to say what times 3 gives us 12, and that will be 4. So which one follows the rule? Now this shows why that check is so important. Okay? This lets us know this answer, Fatima's answer, has to be bigger than Lumen's. So are we going to divide here and get 4? No. That's why it's so important, boys and girls, to make sure that you check on who has the biggest number. Okay? That's half the battle. And so we know Fatima has read 36 pages. So now let me write my sentence. I'm restating the question with my and inserting my answer. How many pages did Fatima read? Fatima read 36 pages. And there you go. And so I encourage you to go ahead and finish your homework. Make sure you are studying your multiples of 3. We are going to have a quiz on Friday. And we're also going to do a topic quiz on what we've done these first 4 lessons. Okay? See you tomorrow.